to this video on this very chilly morning. So handstand is something that I'm working on. It's not something that I've mastered, but it's fun to be on the journey, and it's a really uplifting kind of pose. It seems like everybody wants to do this pose. It's not that important, seriously, but I kind of like it. So the thing is that when you're thinking about handstand, you've got to think about physics and the direction of the forces of the body. So if I say to somebody just do a handstand, they generally do this, and it's lots of kicking from the legs. So as soon as I do that, I feel like, whoa, I'm throwing myself off center, and I can feel the trajectory of where my legs are going to go is over my head. So unless I'm incredibly strong through center, like seriously, to stop myself there kind of halfway, then it's going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to continue in that direction, and even if I don't head over in that direction, I'm probably going to fall out one side or the other. So with that in mind, when we come into handstand, we're going to do two things. So first of all, we're going to learn to bend the elbows to get a little bit more energy running through the soft tissues. So this will mean that your arms have to straighten when you come into handstand, because if there's any bend in the elbows, you're probably going to face plant on the floor. Okay, so in practice, palms are going to come down, so as wide as your shoulders, really active through the fingertips. I'm going to take one foot in a little bit, so kind of stepping underneath that side sit bone, and then the other leg up in the air. I'm going to bend the knee, bend the standing knee, bend the elbows, inhale, and on the exhalation, I'm not really going to kick, but I'm going to fiercely press down, straighten my arms, and lift my belly straight up to the ceiling. Okay, let's see. So inhale and exhale. There we go. So that felt like I had a lot more control. It felt like I wasn't going to go a little bit too far over. Sometimes you do go too far over and you just twist out of it, and I'll show you that in a moment. But we'll do that a few more times. So this leg is kind of like a little bit of a lever. It stays really active. It stays straight if possible. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. Good. So fiercely lifting the belly up towards the ceiling. That's one way of doing it. I'll show you if you go a little bit too far. So it's always good to practice this so you're not afraid of doing it. So if I go too far here, it's almost just like a little cartwheel out, and that can feel fun. Better than going over and landing on your back, not so fun. Okay, so that's one way of going into them. The other way is more like our jump forwards handstands, and I like to start these on the knees to get the idea of it. Hopefully you can see with my big body warmer on here. So on the knees, sit bones go back and wide, but you pull the belly in and up. I'm going to bend the elbows as if I'm touching down on the floor like a forearm stand. Inhale here, exhale, gaze between the thumbs, fiercely lift the belly to the ceiling, and shoulders over the wrists. So inhale, again, I'm just thinking about moving forwards, but the belly lifting straight up. So for those of you that know, that's a little bit of a fierce psoas action there. You can continue that. You can come up onto your feet together. You want to squeeze the legs as if they're one entity here. Inhale, exhale, come right up onto the toes, lift the belly. I call that a rocket ship. It's like you're launching yourself, but you're not really going anywhere yet. Those can turn into little hops. So inhaling as you press back, bend the elbows, exhaling as you hop forwards. Okay, you're landing where you started, and you're landing with bent knees to be really kind to your joints there. Do a few more like that. Inhale. So that one, I actually was talking and I didn't actually get the exhale and the squeeze and lift, and I felt it right into my shoulders. So the work of the psoas takes the pressure actually off the shoulders. So let's see if I can do it properly here. Okay, so inhale. Much better. That probably looked lighter. It felt so much lighter. So you can play with that and just kind of, even here, if you go too far sometimes, it's a little difficult to go too far, but you just pop out to the side. And it's totally fine. So that's the beginning of it. You can play, play, play. Of course you can use a wall if you feel like you need to, but the thing about using the wall is that you get really reliant on it, and it's really fun to do this pose in the center of the room. And even if you fall out, you kind of just bounce and have a little bit of a giggle. So I hope that helps you, and good luck on your journey to handstand. I'm right there with you. See you.